Assalamu alaikum class. Today I will tell you about phosphorus as a mineral and its importance as a mineral element in the body. Uh, Phosphorus, just like calcium, exists in the serum and the plasma, and mostly is sequestered in bones and teeth. 80% of the phosphorus is present in bones and teeth, and about just 10% is present in muscles. The total body phosphate is about 1 kg. Some of the phosphate ions are present as free ions in the body, which are almost about 30 to 40%, and some of the phosphate is present as bound to the plasma membranes, which also help its transport from one place to the other or from inside of the cell. And some of the phosphate is bound to the other substrates and other elements such as calcium phosphate crystals and the other compounds, in which it is sequestered, and due to its presence in those compounds they are important in the body, such as ATP, adenosine triphosphate, DNA, and other structural elements such as bones and teeth. So phosphates main importance is that it is mainly intracellular ion seen in all the cells. So it is mainly present in intracellular ion. So intracellular quantity and intracellular concentration of the phosphate is more than that of the extracellular fluid. Now free phosphorus is most abundant intracellular anion, and as we have seen, 85% of body phosphorus is in hydroxyapatite crystals. Now remainder is in phospholipids, nucleic acids, energy compounds, high energy compounds, ATP, GDP, and creatine phosphate, which is also a high energy molecule. Now phosphate plays very important role for induction of kinases, which are enzymes. Kinases mostly are the enzymes which regulate certain steps in very important processes which are carried out in the body, such as जो प्रोसेस मेटाबॉलिज्म के होते हैं, लिपिड मेटाबॉलिज्म के, प्रोटीन मेटाबॉलिज्म के, एंड कार्बोहाइड्रेट मेटाबॉलिज्म्स, सच एज ग्लूकोकाइनेजेस, हेक्सोकाइनेजेस, and the rate regulating enzymes. So in kinases, when phosphorylation takes place, whether these are activated or deactivated by the addition of the phosphate, and mostly phosphorylation of the kinases carries out the second messenger systems of the second messenger functions of the body. And the removal of the phosphates from the certain elements also deactivates them, and at some places regulates them by certain means. So phosphorus plays as a regulator role, phosphorus plays as high energy compound, phosphorus has a role in the phospholipid membranes, and phosphorus plays a role in action of the kinases. Now what are the sources of the phosphorus in the body? These sources are summarized with the help of the picture in order to remember it. Most of the phosphorus in the body is taken from the milk, and the lesser amount is taken from the meat, nuts, and beans. So phosphorus is mainly sequestered in milk, eggs, and cheese, the white liquids and the white things, in which also calcium is present. So calcium and phosphorus most of the time are coexisting in the diet, and their absorption is also dependent upon each other, as we have seen in the lectures of the calcium, that a certain ratio of the calcium to the phosphorus, 1:2 ratio, is required for the maximum absorption of the calcium. Similar is the certain ratio required for the absorption of the phosphate from the small intestine. Now what is the daily requirement of the phosphate is 500 milligrams per day. Similar is the excretion from the renal proximal tubules. Now phosphate is sequestered in the milk, which is a very good source, and then cereals, nuts and meat, which are moderate source. Milk is almost reachable to each member of the community, but the cereals, nuts and meat cannot be afforded by each and every person, so a good source is present to each and every person. Calcitriol increases phosphate absorption. This is the regulatory hormone. This was also regulatory hormone present for the regulation and metabolism of the calcium. Means vitamin D3. Activated vitamin D3 increases phosphate absorption. This is also the new research trials topic, that vitamin D increases the absorption of the calcium. Now what are the serum levels? Normal adults have 3 to 4 milligram per deciliter of the phosphorus, and in children it is 5 to 6 milligram per deciliter, similar to that of calcium, which was more in children because they are the growing ones and have maximum requirement to be incorporated into bones and teeth and for energy production. Now whole blood phosphate is 40 milligram per deciliter. Now we come to the function, as we've seen previously, that phosphate is present in membrane lipids as phospholipids, part of the kinases and energy molecules. So are the functions of the phosphate, which are dependent upon phosphate according to its location. First of all, it takes part in formation of the bones and teeth, because it is the part and parcel of hydroxyapatite crystals, which first lay down the spongy bone and then the hard bone. And it also take part in the production of the high energy phosphates, creatine phosphate, ATP and GDP, and the synthesis of nucleotide and nucleoside coenzymes such as NAD+ and NADP. In these, phosphate is incorporated. Then DNA and RNA synthesis is dependent upon the phosphodiester linkages, which are the backbone of the structure of the DNA and RNA. The other function is the formation of the phosphate esters, which are in glucose 6-phosphate phospholipids. These are very, very important membrane structures. These membranes may be of the cells, may be of the neurons, and very important cells. The formation of the phosphoprotein such as casein, which is important milk protein, and activation of the enzymes by phosphorylation. Example is that of the kinases.